who that is.
But you know who Dave is, right?
Who, myself?
Right.
Oh, you feel me?
So I know who Brandon is, right?
Welcome to Time Wasted, the podcast. We live in effect. We got my boy Brandon in here. We got my boy Dave in here. We tapped in. We got my boy Burns in here. Today, man, we decided to tap in about stocks. We're gonna learn about what's going on in that market. We also decided to tap in with forex too. Something I feel like I'm pretty interested in and I want to know more about. So I decided to have a conversation about it.
What is forex? Oh man, you done got me started.
Yep.
See, first of all, it's your boy King Ribs. Brandon Rivers out of Youngstown, Ohio. Your favorite entrepreneur. So as Dave said, I trade in the foreign exchange market, and forex is really just the exchange of two currencies. So anytime you go to a different country, each country will have its own currency. These are all going to be represented by a dollar form, and these are usually backed by some type of precious metal like gold, silver, and really just your economy and how it's going. So anyway, digital currency has now taken over to give us an aspect that we've never seen before. So usually when you go to a different country, you have to exchange whatever currency you're coming from. So if we were in the USA and we were going to Mexico, we would have to exchange our US dollars for pesos. But, we would actually get more pesos than we would US dollars. So in turn, you would actually, in a way, make a profit, right? So with that being said, over there in that country, you could spend more of those pesos that you would have gotten that would be way higher of a value in their country just because you had the US dollar at that time. So really that just indicates that the US dollar is a little bit stronger than what they got going on in Mexico in the peso. So that's really what forex is, and now we're able to access this through a phone and just a laptop. So at any time you're able to get money in a 24-hour market that's $7.7 trillion fluctuating through it every single day. So it's really a life-changing thing to be able to access this. See, what I get into is just a lot of chart work, a lot of grinding, and a lot of team building exercises and things like that with my team. So basically, I was able to take up the opportunity of trading in the forex market after graduating and being put in a position of a job market that's just really not it, right? So, I decided to kind of take matters in my own hands, and this was something that was a perfect vehicle to, let me take that leap of faith and really be in control of what I'm trying to do in life, and it also can not only just it's not something that can consume your whole life. So it's like, you still get your time, and it's just like a money making activity, right?
Yeah.
So life really should be built upon income producing activities, right? IPAs. So if we're not doing something productive with our time, then it's really a waste of time, right?
Right. So I'm guessing that means you in the stocks, right?
Yeah, I'm in the stocks, and I recently got into the stock market. I've been buying doing the long-term growth for about a year, but recently into options about 3-4 months ago. And like he said, it's not time consuming. It's time consuming. If you learn options, it's about the growth. It's about the charts, indicators, and it's simple. For me, I think the hardest bump is the emotional aspect. Is how they get into other things, but it's a great journey. I feel like I could accomplish so many things with this.
So, experience-wise, like, how long have y'all been doing like each field for?
Okay, so I got into forex in January.
Yeah.
So, and I started my education in January, but I actually didn't even place my first trade until about 2 months in the business, and that was like probably my first trade by myself, because I had mentors that would help me trade and things like that, because you ain't shit without a mentor, for real.
Right.
If you ain't got somebody that's coaching you up, making sure you on your P's and Q's and making sure you're making progress.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it when you first started.
Right, exactly. So I was talking with a lot of people, like putting people on, and some people was with me and some was not. So you feel me? And there's still a lot of people that question what I do. And it's because it's not tangible,
They
right?
don't understand it. They scared of it or something.
Yeah, they can't understand it, so it's like, so it's got to be some type of scam or like they're just listening to their parents and they don't even know what it is. So,
How long you been into stocks?
Like I said, for about a year,
Yeah.
and trade options for about 3 or 4 months. And yeah, people think it's a scam. They scared of it. They don't understand it. They never heard of it. They think it's news. None of this is new. It's something that's not talked about. And it's a skill that's out there. You can learn. You can learn. Like you said, you need a mentor. For sure, you need a mentor.
I think the thing is, people are just scared of like being uncomfortable, not understanding. If they don't know what it is, then they don't want to jump on.
So what's stocks?
The stock market gives you access to a piece of a company. It could be a U.S. company, a company in China, a company in other countries and stuff.
You into
I'm not into stocks, but I learned a lot from Ribs. I actually am an entrepreneur myself. I work for my cousin that does online personal training, personal fitness training. I'm also a musician at MF_Burns_, you know. So, and I'm just now recently self-employed because I make my own money now. And that's just the name of everything, you know. Whether it's stocks or music or, you know, fitness training online, like just being your own boss for real.
Okay, so that's perfect. That's perfect. So being that like me and you can relate for real because we not tapped into both forex nor stocks, but it seemed like we more interested in it, but we ain't really go forward.
Yeah.
Why you think like you ain't take that leap to get into, you feel me, stocks or forex?
I just see I see him grinding, him climbing. You know, that's my best friend for real.
Go ahead, man. That's okay.
I just like seeing my people win, bro. I like seeing my people win for real, bro. And so I was like, I was interested in it, and I talked to him a little bit about it at first, but then I was just like, you know, I was already in my own head about my own stuff. So I had to get running with my music, and you know, I already struggled a lot trying to do that by myself.
Yeah.
So once I actually picked it up, and I finally got comfortable with it, now this is where I'm at, you know.
See, I think like that's my same problem too. Is like I be seeing them both doing their own thing. Like I be seeing y'all do your own thing, and I be like, damn, I want to get into it, but it's like I'm already locked in on what I got to do right now. So
That's
it's
fine.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm just hoping for like when that day come and I'll call, they give it to me.
Yeah.
This and that. You know?
Down.
Yeah.
I got the blueprint for y'all.
So like coming into stocks, right? What would you say is the hardest thing to learn?
Like I said, it was the emotional aspect. It's knowing when to take profit, knowing when you down too much, when you high too much. Other than that, reading the charts and graphs is a cakewalk. It's just simple rules and regulations. It's almost like a video game to me. I look at it, I get excited. It's just fun to watch. It's fun to do. And it's not time consuming at all.
What's the hardest thing about forex?
The hardest thing, consistency, man, and discipline. Because you know, instantly, man, when you get in this market, like he said, there's a lot of emotions. It's emotionally driven market. So if you don't know, fundamental trading is when I'm actually marking something on the chart, right?
Yeah.
So that's when I'm actually able to add my symbols and my trend lines and things that are going to help me predict where the market might go, right? These things are just really about 10% of trading.
Right.
Everything else is emotion and sentimental driven. So news, tweets, speeches by, you know, higher up individuals in each economy. These will all drive the market, right? And often your markup doesn't even correlate with what's really going on. But it can with real education, though. So, I mean, but the average for a retail trader that just jumps in these markets and ain't been trading longer than 5 years, these guys are the ones that think they know everything about marking things up, but they're often wrong.
So no, but I do see you often more than not taking these trips like Houston and where else, like Miami and stuff like that.
To Arizona and West Coast.
Yeah, like what do you do? Like what do you get out of those trips?
So these trips are huge for building my business, right? So when I'm going to these different locations, I'm not only networking, but I'm also getting my team members that are in these locations right. So I'm an educator now, and this is a part that, you know, every time you get into a business, any business, right, you're going to have some type of value to give, right? And you're going to have some type of position type to play.
Right.
You got to play your part, right? So playing this part in my business is I'm an educator, right? and not just an educator, but a very good one and a leader, right? So a lot of people cling to what I say, and it's like I make it very clear because I don't know if I'm a little bit better at communication than some might be, but it's like I'm easy to learn off of. So easily when they get on my call, they, like I'm having people tell me that they're going through their breakthrough, their trading breakthrough, which is like something you say when it's just really making sense, right?
Yeah.
Everything is just like you said, it's almost like a video game. When you figure this out to a science, it's like you're playing a love game, and it's in your control.
All right, so for not to jump back and forth, but like me being a rookie in the stocks, right? And you knowing you a little bit of sun sign, what business would you say to focus on, like when you want to invest? As of right now,
I would say what type of business I'd be jumping into in the future.
Right now,
right now,
what you want to invest in?
Not I won't say any specific businesses, but I can say a couple fields.
Yeah.
IT is always going to be a great field to invest in. You know, technology is going to keep growing.
Yeah.
Biden talked about a lot of clean energy. So I feel like clean energy could be something that could take over in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Marijuana. Once that become legal, you know, I feel like that market is I don't know how much it's worth, but it's untapped potential in that market.
They passed that federal decriminalization. It's gonna be huge for that.
And that's just a feeling. It's always, and you can always just find other companies.
Do marijuana already have a stock though already?
Oh yes, there's plenty of companies that's on the exchange.
Wow. You invested?
I haven't invested in them. I have invested in a couple ETFs, marijuana stocks, because I ain't want to pick out any specific company.
Oh, okay. So my guy,
Yes, sir.
I just need to know if I'm being a rookie jumping into forex, what am I investing in? What would you tell me to invest in first?
I'm gonna tell you as a rookie to come in and start investing in, Japanese pairs, AUD pairs. These are pairs such as the Australian dollar, the simple JPY, which is the Japanese dollar, and then you got the chef too. These pairs move a little bit slower, but then I wouldn't say they're not paying, but when you catch the big move, it's a little bit easier to define it, right?
When you say slow, you mean it's low volume? It got low volume?
Yeah, a little bit. Not even necessarily volume. It's just like they move a little bit slower, less pip count, and the market's a little bit just different market, compared to such as a high volume market like America, the New York session or one of the London sessions at night, right? So.
Oh, you finished with that one? I was gonna ask another question.
It's all good. But yeah, so I would say stick to JPYs and in the Australian market.
Yeah.
That would start at 6 p.m. and close at 2 a.m.
I was gonna ask, how do you describe this to somebody that's just jumping in? Like, what is it that'll get you to get them to jump on the team? Like, what's something that's
Me specifically?
Both of y'all, what's like the pitch? If there is a pitch, or if it's just like a casual conversation.
The pitch is investing is part of wealth building, So and you invest in companies every day. You buy stuff, you pay bills. There's somebody on these companies. You invest in them, and they pay you back. You can make more money. You can do so much. Invest in them. It's simple.
Wow. I would say obviously there's a huge risk in trading. That should be understood from the jump. It's not something you play with. It's not something you just jump in and just one day start to be you have to. It's serious education you have to go through before ever getting into this. Because your money and your capital is on the line at all times. So with that being said, what I'm telling somebody coming in is if you're looking for financial freedom, if you're looking for a way to not only free your family, but free you out of this 9-to-5 spiel, this worker just back to back every day, living in the same rat race. If you're looking to free that up, free some time.
That's what I need to get to, man. That's what everybody really want to know. Jumping into forex.
Freedom.
What are you doing? Are you guaranteeing what amount?
You ain't guaranteed nothing.
Yeah.
You ain't guaranteed nothing.
Right. So why is it? So what is the risk?
The risk is losing what you're risking. So anytime you jump into the market, right? the market's going to go up or down in points, right? So if the market goes up 10 points, you have to risk something to be in the market, right?
Yeah.
So you choose a lot size. A lot size is defined by 10 cents, $1, and $10. But it can go even higher, right? Because this is a $7.7 trillion market, right? So the biggest money making market in the world. But with that being said, you know, there's an untapped amount of money you have access to pull out of this market. But this market don't give a fuck about your $100 or your $50, which a lot of people start off with,
Right.
or your $3K. It's all a little decimal to them. You know what I mean?
That's
So
not-
these are
What's-
big banks.
What's the most profit though? Like you made out of it?
Oh, I run the vans, bruh.
Huh?
I done ran up 2 vans in a week.
No, matter of fact,
Like,
all right. Do it. We gotta. I want to scale it though. Like the most you made in a day, a week, a month. I want you to do it that way.
Yeah.
Like, what's the most you ever made in a day?
okay, before answering this question, I'm going to say that my trading results are not going to be any of
I'm
y'all.
saying, yeah, because me and him will be completely different.
No, for sure. We all know.
But I mean, I
We need some. You feel me? Some
so I'll
inspiration to know what.
So
we
this
can
is some
be
inspiration for
expecting.
you, right?
Yeah.
One day, you know,
Yeah.
I'm early in the markets, right? I'm still a young buck, and you know, I'm just studying all night, right? And I'm studying. I hit my trade break. When I hit my trade breakthrough, I felt right. So I felt that I hit my trading breakthrough because everything just like I don't know. I found the formula and I've been in my books, and like with the academy, it like set me off well, right?
Right.
And you know, I thank God for the man Christopher Terry for, you know, introducing this academy to me and getting me educated because I needed that, right? And it was something that, you know, gave me hope and gave a lot of other people hope now. So because I share this opportunity. But with that being said, you know, my education had led me that night to produce some trading, right? So I'm going to produce some trade ideas. So I get on my charts, I'm marking them all up, and I found one that I was like this was a large pip count. This is a large pip count that was supposed to take place in this trend, right? So when you find out where you are in the trend, long term, that's what's gonna get you to be able to swing trade, which is a longer trade, holding these trades for it's up to weeks, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like I found the big one, right? Found the big play, like
Yeah.
10,000 points on the line.
Right.
I could be getting paid for 3 weeks, 4 weeks straight, right? So I called this sell out. The sell was actually on a pair called Euro AUD. So this is the European dollar versus the Australian dollar, right? The very volatile market for a rookie to jump in on, right? So I got in on this market and I called this sell out, and the bitch fell for like 4 weeks straight. So I'm just
away.
So what? Nah.
I just said, what?
No, it fell, and I was calling a sellout, so that means I was expecting it to go down. So it fell for like 4 weeks straight. I fed my team for 4 weeks on the same pair. And I did. So that fed not just my mouth, you know, and I ran up $6 that week into 2K in the first week, right? And so you can just put 2 and 2 together. Imagine what I was doing the next week and the next week and the next week, knowing that the market was already going down, right?
So you made
Give it a-
2,000 in 1 week. That's the most you ever made.
Never made it 1 week, yeah.
Okay. So, what's the most you ever took an L for?
My biggest L,
Yeah,
1,100.
1,100.
Yeah.
You invested that much into something and it just didn't pay back.
No, I didn't invest. So when you're using currency, this is just the exchange of 2 currencies. So when I jump in this market, I'm either betting that the market's going to go up or the market's going to go down. So that will mean I'm betting that one currency is stronger than the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's really it. And so if it was, say, the U.S. dollar versus the Great Britain pound, GBP, and the U.S. was real strong today, right? Trump, you know, just produced some vaccines and started approving shit. So everything's booming, economy's going crazy, right?
Right.
And that caused the U.S. dollar to jolt up. So if the U.S. dollar jolts up and the GBP, say GBP had some news come out today, but it wasn't really shit. Now the U.S. dollar going up is about to force the GBP dollar to go down, right? So now I'll know in a USD dollar pair versus the, you know, Great Britain pound, I'll know that foreign currency is going to go down because the U.S. dollar is going up
Yeah.
in turn. And then you'll have little things that can help you, like currency strength indicators. So this is just a website you can go to that'll tell you the strength of each currency every day. And it's always calculating it, always, you know, running it up. So with that, I use finviz.com. So I'll even give you some free sauce. Y'all could go in there. FINVIZ, finviz.com. So, and you really get money off just that right there. And this is before I mark anything up. Like, I could get you right. So, you know, I feel that when you come into this market chasing money, though, it's not really about that, though. What you need to understand is when you come in this market, you try exactly. So you want to compound stuff. So you want to make percentages. You want to focus on real numbers that you're doing, because if you're not focusing on the numbers that's relevant to you, and you focusing on something else, like just trying to catch the big bag every night, you're just gonna take consistent L's.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, correct me if I'm wrong, but like it kind of sounds like a sales position. Like, say you're going in there, you might have a good week of sales. Say you're a car salesman, or you might have a bad week of sales. You know what I mean? Like,
depending on how you trade, like
is it like you're chasing it all the time, or is it?
If you're chasing it, that's when you're losing.
Chase. You gotta find it before I pop out. You don't chase.
Okay.
Like he said,
in the future.
Yeah, like he said, I'm not gonna get into the exact dollar amount, but my biggest win as far as trading options was about 20%, and I'm still a new trader, so that's pretty decent, you know. My biggest loss, I can say about 15, and that's nothing. That's because, you know, I'll look at the
What's
losses.
the percentages of though?
I'm of X.
Uh,
X. I'm gonna tell you. I ain't gonna tell you how much money I put up. Shoot.
Yeah.
But
this is real like confidential information.
Yeah. And
You need to understand.
what else I was gonna say? Domingo.
And trading is not guaranteed. So
Yeah, it's not
no
guaranteed.
results ever guaranteed.
You gotta read the indicators. You gotta, like you said, news, people emotions. It's a lot of things.
You could actually have the perfect idea, right?
And it's still
And still lose.
Yeah. It happens.
You can still lose and have the perfect idea,
happens
and
all the
it
time.
even went your way, and you still could lose because people just either get too impatient,
Yeah.
getting the right
And that's
entry.
the thing.
It comes down to precision.
And patience.
So, but why don't one of y'all like get into each other's field though? Like, why didn't you get into stocks, and why didn't you get into forex?
Because I'm a student, Dave. I'm not done learning forex yet. I'm still a student. I've been in this for 1 year.
No, I'm saying though,
Experienced trader needs to be doing things for like 5.
what I'm really asking is like, what made you decide to pick forex over stocks? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got introduced to it. I always wanted to trade when I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
Ever since I heard that people were making money like this, like watching Wolf on Wall Street and all that shit, like just knowing the fact that trading was a thing. I knew it was a thing, but I never had access to education.
Right.
And quality education. I just want to be somebody out here quoting things from YouTube with my YouTube degree. I mean, I ain't knocking nobody, but like YouTube ain't everything, and all these guys are kind of giving the same spiel, no matter where you're at.
Right.
And that's something that can walk you in circles. So you need to look for a good mentor, right? And I had a buddy who was graduating with me at West V, and he had access to the mentors, bro, like the good mentors. So once I seen that, that's all I needed to see. You know? Like I'm somebody that when I trust my brother. If you bring me an opportunity, I know you're not trying to steer me wrong, right?
Yeah.
And he was somebody I could trust in that situation, and he did exactly what he said he was gonna do, right? Put me in a position to win. So now I do that for other people.
Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I chose stocks because it was the concept for me. I feel like it was easier to grasp. It's basically it's on companies, and the U.S. is all about companies, so it's kind of easier for me to understand what companies doing good, what companies doing bad as far as buying and selling stocks. But as far as options, I just feel like it made more. Options came around the same time. Since I was already into stocks, it made more sense to go into options to try to flip over to forex.
Mm-hmm. And options is similar to we have binary options and money in minutes. Money in minutes, man. That is crazy.
All right.
Crazy thing you can do.
So let me paint this picture though. Say you a person, man. You wake up. You either got a 9 to 5. Or whatever you gotta work.
Mm-hmm.
Is it time? Where do y'all have time to do both? Like,
Yeah.
can you do forex
Easily.
and work?
Easily. It's about getting your education first, right? Because
Right.
that sacrifice is going to come. The most hours you ever will sacrifice is studying.
That's
For real?
Forex is on your
Yeah.
time, right?
So all of these markets are on your time once you got education.
You can go anywhere in the world and just do it.
I mean, the stock market pretty basically is 8:30 to 4, right? Like
yeah. For
you're
us,
not
it's
trading
34.
after that. But
But
forex is 24 hours, 5 days a week.
Yeah,
You
well-
even trade you can trade digital currencies on the weekends 24/7.
The trading options is not hard. You could do it quick, like you said. Once you know it, you can easily pull out your phone and do quick buy and sell just like that. Most of the time, it's gonna be spent as learning the craft, not actually in front of your laptop trying to do trades.
Exactly.
What's the best time to get in to do forex?
Times to trade.
Yeah, what's the best time to jump in?
My ideal time for my entries
Yeah.
is going to come around like I'm a night trader. I trade the London session, so only real go getters do that. And I trade from like 3 to 5 a.m. I get my entries.
What about you?
For me, it's usually around 11 to 12 because the first couple hours.
In the morning?
Yes, in the morning. The first couple hours in the morning, the market is very volatile, so it's kind of hard to predict or see what's is going and wait for it to slow down. Or I got the inner stuff at the end of the day, which is around 3 to 4 o'clock, because that's when it's also you can predict for the next day.
So is this like a daily thing already? At the same time every day you put in for.
Yeah, I'm a day trader, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
My setups come 3 to 5 every single day.
yeah, I like to swing trade, day trade. It's simple. It's always same time, same schedule, same routine.
And you sit there for what, 2 hours? You said 3 to 5, and then there you go. I mean, you obviously check in.
All the other time is just managing and trading,
Just
checking
watching.
in on it
Right.
every so and again. But that's also comes with emotion. So if you're always watching your chart, it can actually prevent you from getting good money. You might have got $13 when you were supposed to get $150.
Right.
You might have got 130 when you're supposed to get 13,000.
So
What does
it's
that
all
mean,
about
like, when you
trusting
pull?
you. Go ahead.
But I was gonna say, what does that mean? Like when you pull out or something? Oh.
Exactly. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm in profit. Should I take this right now or let the market come back?" Because maybe they don't trust their entry,
Yeah.
or maybe they don't trust their original idea.
They
Right?
have a trade plan.
So they
for a trade
exactly. So they see that market coming back, and they're like, "Oh shit, it's getting near my entry. I'ma just jump out because you ain't trying to take no L."
plan. Right.
So you saying like the chart, you would jump in like right here, right?
Yeah.
You start going like this,
Uh-huh.
then it's gonna drop.
It always comes back.
It
You
always
gotta-
drop.
Yeah, because it's part of a trend.
Uh-huh.
It has to come retrace its move.
And then what? And
And then it
then
goes back up. Or it goes to a downtrend.
Keep going down. That's why about understanding your indicators.
oh, okay. And more often times than not, though, they go down.
Like you up.
What market?
Huh?
What more
For the stock market, we
Like
go.
any market, though.
No.
Hmm.
No.
More often than times, though, they do go up.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I'm trying to figure out then. So, what is my risk to a failure? Like, what's my risk of failure?
You got a 50-50 chance every time you get in the Forex market that the market's going to go your way or the opposite way. Because it can only go 2 ways.
So how do you lose it if you can pull out whenever? So how do you lose?
You tell me, how you lose? Well, shit.
I don't know.
I think you should be trading, right?
wanting to know more, so I'm really pretty much about to ask some of the questions that we all want to know. And we live, so I want to know. Tell me what, if you could, for the people, for real, what are the things you have to know about stocks?
Well, if we want to get started, I would recommend probably just for real new beginners, people need to get their feet wet, is Robinhood. Although they did just have a little lawsuit for trading reasons because should I go into that?
I mean, hey, do you use Robinhood?
I used to. I'm trying to. I use Robinhood for long term growth, the whole stocks, but I'm trying to for trading options. I like to use Thinkorswim or Webull.
Oh, there's multiple platforms, but what you're referring to as platforms is called brokers, right?
Okay.
So brokers is what gives you access to the market as a retail trader. So all of us are retail traders. Why are we retail traders? Because we're not an institution, right? So an institution is somebody licensed that has the ability to create a group or a massive organization to be able to trade together as a unit, right? So now they have much more money fluctuating in one of their power moves. You see, so that gives them a little bit more leverage in this market. So the more money you have, the bigger your impact on the market. So some people can actually, get in these hedge funds and big banks and big corporations like Coca-Cola, Nike, all of these big international companies. They have the power to use their money to really fluctuate any market. So, what really you need to focus on is what broker will you choose, bro? Because there's going to be many different brokers, and they're all going to have different leverages, which is basically going to control your payouts. So I can win on one broker, and then I could go to a whole different broker. Ask Brody, yo, bro, we took the same trade. What did you get out of what was your payout with your broker? And it could be something completely different than mine, right? So that's why it's gonna be important to find a broker that fits you. That fits you.
When you find one, do you stick to them forever?
I mean, no, not really, because there's always gonna be different positives of other brokers, right? And a brokerage account is really just, in a way, you can look at it as an online bank account, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Where your money is safe, and your money is safe with them because it can be in that account, which is just like a big account. For
All right, so I got a question, and this is just for this for me and you, matter of fact. So, listening to both of them talk, right, and me and you both not being in the game, and you just taking away, though you said you learned from the things he said, without learning from the things he said, would you be able to listen to him and know what they're talking about?
Not at all. I feel like it's a huge. I feel like there's so much that goes into it.
Yeah.
And that's why it's hard for people to just jump in that, because it's like they need
It's a
to
foreign
really
language.
trust a
Yeah.
relationship with somebody that knows what they're talking about. Fully trust them to be able to take it somewhere where they can live comfortably. And that's if I wasn't doing my own business, I would jump in there because it sounds like something that he's doing it. Why not? You know what I mean? Like he obviously living free right now, traveling and doing all that. Why can't the next person do that? Especially if it's your boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, doing what I do with music and helping my cousin out with personal training, online fitness training, it's I don't really have to worry about another source of income because I'm good right now. And I think we're all gonna just blow up for real.
Right. So, matter of fact, say y'all got friends, right? Since he said that, and you telling your friend, matter of fact, your friend always complaining about the job or something, or he always complaining about not getting some money, and y'all tell him do forex or do stocks, right? But they never do it. So what's your reaction to stuff like that?
I feel no sympathy. I can't feel no sympathy for you, that's for sure. But if you always complaining and shit, eventually I'm just gonna have to cut you off because all that complaining is negativity, right? And in turn, that's just gonna be affecting my trading because I'm hearing all this negativity all the time. So I gotta keep a clear mind because a clear mind is clear sight.
What about you?
Yeah, you can't feel sorry for people. I try to tell people, and if they want to reach out to me, they can. I can point them in the right direction and give them some tips here and there. Other than that, if you complain all the time, like you said, it's negative energy. It's the same concept for real. If your head cloudy, you going through a lot of stuff you shouldn't be trading. You don't want negative things going on, negative thoughts. You don't want.
Is this a game that you can jump in and out of, or is it something where you have to get in it and you have to stay in it?
Is you asking the skill? It's a skill once you learn, you always have, and you can. As far as jumping in, yes, you can hold. For me, trading options. First, I want to say no person that trade options don't buy stocks. You have to learn how to buy stocks before you learn how to trade options.
I think it means are you devoting your life to this, or could you just jump out and say you want to work as whatever field you study? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
I consider trading as really trading is like riding a bike, right? So how old were you when you rode a bike?
Man,
without training wheels?
can't even remember.
Can't even remember, right? But if I told you to go outside right now, get on that bike, Dave, and even pop me a wheelie, what you gonna do?
For sure. I hear what you're saying.
You gonna go ride that bike for sure though, right?
We ain't talking about the willies though.
Are you right? All right, the willies did get left out, but you gonna go ride that bike, right? That's exactly what trading is. So you know, once you learn it, it's there forever.
Skill, yeah.
And not only is it there for that forever, it's there to pass down to generations,
Here's
to
my-
your kids. To
I had
people that need it, right?
a pretty challenging question that I feel like y'all get all the time, and it's because I have random people hit me up about stocks and forex, and I don't care what the fuck they're saying. I only care like if y'all tell me, like I'll be like, okay, I'll listen. But like when random people hit me up, it feels like they're just scamming me, trying to make it into like a pyramid scheme. You know what I mean? And that's what y'all get all the time. You can't say that. That's not a heavy question that y'all get all the time. Like explain like what is the purpose of getting more people into what you're doing? You know what I mean?
So me?
Yeah, we'll do forex and then stocks.
Okay, personally, I start running stocks on my own. We have groups, but not necessarily a group. I think how forex goes, I'm a part of a couple group chats, and we have calls and stuff. But for the most part, most of that stuff is self-taught. They just point you to the right direction.
No, I'm just saying, it seems like sometimes it seems like you're trying to recruit people to be on the team or something. You know what I mean?
That's more solid
Stocks, we don't
forex.
usually recruit as
But the more people, the better though, for sure. Right?
we want more people to come in to learn for their own well-being.
For real,
Right.
but
What
for
you guys
everybody
got?
though, because like, 'cause if it's a group thing, then like now there's more people we can know to trust to a certain stock, huh? Because that's how I feel like that's the only way I feel like I'm gonna get into like those things. For real. It's like I don't want to with stocks. Like I'm scared to risk my own money by myself because I don't know what the fuck can happen. But if it's like a group of us, then you feel me?
Oh yeah, it can't get lonely. I understand what you're saying.
So do you know the definition of momentum? Momentum is one group moving in unison, right? So one group moving in unison can create enough momentum to drive a nation, to drive a kingdom, right? But with that being said, like minds together is always going to be better for any situation, for any business, for whatever you got going on.
So I mean that part's cool because it's like you're all motivating each other. But if you're talking about groups, like when you're putting your money in, that's just your money, right? They don't get a chunk of
Your
but
trading
all
account is your
investing
trading
at the same
account.
time though.
Right, so we're using each other's knowledge to help each other out in turn, but that's just one perk, right? So in forex, because in forex, you get multiple streams of income, right? So you're seeing all of this recruitment and this organization growth because number one, this is a money-driven market, right? So the more people spending money in this market, the more this money is going to keep coming around, right? So of course we want anybody to just start trading and even lose your money to the market because that could be money I get in my pocket one day, right? So with that being said, though, that's not why we're trying to get you in. Like, so in forex, you want to come into this market and you want to also bring your family and whatever organization you can to create something powerful for generations to come. But not only that, you get paid. For actually bringing people into the business, though.
That makes sense.
You want me to tell you the problem with forex, though? No, I gotta tell you before you even get it across it. This is the problem. I feel like with the no, it's the people like the way y'all talk. The way y'all talk about forex, it don't sound like something y'all trying to put me on to. It sounds like something you trying to sell to me. You see what I'm saying?
I can even defend that form. Not even defend it. It's like because people hopping on the trend. They don't even understand what's going on. They just think it's hot, so now they trying to get a group on themselves, and they're not even masters at the craft.
Exactly. That's where it can steer you wrong because you gotta trust the person that you're going in it with. It's just like any business. If I told you,
locked in. Break it down.
No, because you're seeing two perspectives, like our lifestyles and your lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like obviously we're all boys and shit. So I'm just like, when I see like when y'all post, about forex and like you're promoting a lifestyle. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like on the outside. Like you're promoting a lifestyle. I'm just like, I'm proud, happy for you and all that. But it's like, I don't know where the value for if I wanted to jump into it, like how do I get value from that?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
The reason
Not
I
as
promote
anyone,
the reason
you know?
I promote lifestyle is because that's me though.
Yeah, that's you.
You feel me? I'm gonna
That's-
promote my lifestyle,
Right.
whatever I'm doing.
You're
right?
you're proud
So,
of being in forex. You know what I mean?
I'm proud of being me.
Being you.
But
This
that's,
ain't- this ain't
it's
got
not
shit to
just,
do with
it's not
forex.
just you though either.
But
though.
but what you gotta understand
Don't break
about
it down to just you. Break it down to like.
for them.
Though you say it's not just a you thing,
But
you gotta see that every time with someone with forex is more of a salesman thing. So I want to see that figure with things.
that's also a part of entrepreneurship. Though. Like I mean, once you get into entrepreneurship, if you're trying to grow your business,
You want more people to
you're selling your business, right?
Right.
In
But-
every aspect.
And so, what are y'all selling?
We are selling the
Knowledge.
opportunity to get education
Right,
and
but
better
what's-
your life.
So, what are we selling? Are you selling me like when I give you
Education, the academy. We sell academies.
exactly? So when I pay you my money, right?
You don't pay me your money.
I know. I'm just
We
speaking.
pay the
I'm
platform.
I'm speaking in general.
Mhm.
So when I pay you my money though, because I'm basically paying to be a part of your company, correct?
No, you're paying to be in the company that you're going to be in, which is teaching you.
You're in. But like you said, you have your own company, and when you got your own company, you're trying to find people to build under your company, right? So you can get stronger, correct?
You can, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
an option you have.
So when I pay you, I'm becoming a part of your company.
See, that's
Correct.
a different aspect of this business, though.
But I know.
What
but
you're paying
walk,
for
walk
first?
with me though. Walk with me.
I'm
Don't
trying to walk
jump
with you,
ahead.
Don't
Don't jump ahead.
because
Be
this
like
is before
this.
that, though.
Huh?
This is before that.
No,
you're
I
paying
know it's
number
before
one.
that.
Listen, though, you're paying.
I'm paying to learn how to do forex.
No,
Correct?
number one thing you're paying for when you come into forex is to be a customer.
Mm-hmm.
This is meaning you're buying education. After you get the education and you're able to not only learn the education but then apply it, then you're able to teach the education. So once you are able to pass this skill down and teach others and share what you learn from us, you open up what's called an IBO.
When can you do that?
You can do that when you're ready. Like,
Soon
you
as
can
you're
even
ready.
do it before you learn, which is
That's
what a
what
lot
I'm
of people
saying.
do.
That's what I'm trying to
Okay,
say.
that's what you said. Yeah,
That's
that's
what I'm
what you
getting
said.
at.
So-
See, that's what
But
I'm trying
it
to get at.
costs $16 a month to open your IBO.
Right. So, but that's not nothing. But so back to what I'm saying.
Mhm.
So, because you try to get off track. So, I give you my money, right? I
I was
give you
completely
my
on track.
I give you my money to be a part of your business. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're not ever gonna give me any money now.
I know I'm not giving you my money, but I'm giving the platform my money to be a part of your business.
No,
When you ask people to join forex.
no. So what happens
So what
is,
do you get when you
so
ask
like,
people
so
to
say
ask
say you
forex?
heard from me that you wanted to join Forex, right? And then you decide to join Forex using my link, right? So now you can only get in with an invite, right?
Mhm.
So you have to know somebody to get in Forex, right? You can't just be a customer. So once you do know somebody and you get that link to be able to join, then you're paying the platform. But it goes under as they brought you into the business, right?
Mhm.
So now, yeah, they get
So this
they
is
get
a
what's
referral.
called it's a referral. It's basically like any company you go to, they'll give referral bonuses.
Mhm.
So you get referral bonuses and you get paid weekly just by maintaining an organization. So you get paid $150 a month just for maintaining an organization of 3 people.
Mhm.
But now, if these 3 people want to get people in their business, if you accumulate a business of just 12, you can get paid up to now $600 a month. You get up to 30, now you're getting $1,000 a month.
You can scale out how much you want.
You can scale out how much you lose ever.
It's all about risk tolerance, understanding what you can risk.
Risk to reward. So I don't want to get in the trade.
That's what I'm saying,
What
high
about
risk,
with
high reward.
stocks though? So with
No, you want to
stocks,
keep it low risk, high reward.
so with stocks, how much can you invest
we
into
have an
a stock?
online school that teaches.
Stock,
Yeah, like
You
how do you break it down?
you can invest any amount into a stock. You can invest
You have instant access
10 cents, a dollar
Every
to almost
single day
any
that
stock
go live.
because
and trade with you.
some brokers allow you to buy partial shares.
Partial shares?
Say a stock costs $5,
Yeah.
and then Robinhood, I'm just gonna use Robinhood for an example. Robinhood will let you buy a partial share. You can buy a partial share for $1, or you buy a partial share for $2, or you buy the whole share for $5.
Yeah.
So you can put them up. It's penny stocks. It's stocks with high market cap, low market cap. So it's all about how much you're willing to put into the market.
Mm. And then how much does one share, like So
One share
what
of
I
each
know about
is
what I know about stocks is each stock, once you buy the certain amount, so like $55 could be one stock, right? How do you know? What do you look at to find out how much money you could get back if you buy that stock?
It's all about knowing when did you get in. If you got in, if it, at an all-time high, which is lately with the market been going on, there's been a lot of stuff going on in the market. So it's hard to buy stocks. It's not smart to buy stocks at the time because you know the market
Late
is
in the
all-time
year.
high. Exactly. So it's all about understanding. For me, I would look at the moving average. If I'm looking to buy something, I'll probably look at the 50-day moving average, the 20-day moving average, or even the 200-day moving average.